So this video is going to be over multiplying polynomials using what we call the distribution method. If this method doesn't appeal to you, I would encourage you to go find the video that I have up on multiplying polynomials using the box method, and you just pick whichever one you like best. So we have here a binomial, 2 terms, times a trinomial with 3 terms. And the goal of this is to make sure that both of the terms in this first set of parentheses get multiplied to every single term inside the second set of parentheses. So I'm going to color code to kind of help us see what's going on. We have x times 3x squared, which gives us 3x cubed. Then we have x times our minus x, which gives us minus x squared. And then we have our x times our plus 4, which gives us plus 4x. So that took care of the first term in our binomial. Now we need to take care of this second term, this 2. So when I multiply 2 times 3x squared, that gives us a plus 6x squared. 2 times our minus x will give us a minus 2x. And then 2 times 4 will give us our plus 8. So we've multiplied everything out. Now we need to look for like terms. We're looking for any term that has the exact same variable and the same exponent. So I typically teach my students to highlight or underline, circle, whatever it is, are like terms. So I have a minus x squared here, and I also have a plus 6x squared. And then if I continue looking through my terms here, I see that I have a plus 4x and a minus 2x. So I've highlighted our like terms. Now when we write our final solution, you want to start with the term that has the highest exponent, which I look and I see that this is a cubed right here, or an exponent of 3. So that's the term I'm starting with, 3x to the 3rd power. And then I see that I have my x squared term, so minus x squared plus 6x squared. It's important to remember that there is an understood 1 right here. So if I have a negative 1x squared plus 6x squared, that gives me a plus 5x squared. And then I have our plus 4x and our minus 2x. Combine those together and we get a plus 2x. And then we finish off with our plus 8. The same is going to be true if I am multiplying trinomials together. So I've got 2 trinomials. Remember that every single term in this first set of parentheses has to be multiplied to every single term in the second set of parentheses. So that's what we're going to do step by step. And let's go ahead and color code again just so that we can see exactly what it is that's going on here. Let me erase this really fast. All right. So we have x squared times 2x squared gives us 2x to the 4th power. X squared times our minus 4x gives us minus 4x cubed. And then we have x squared times 5, which gives us our plus 5x squared. So that's taking care of our first term. Now we need to distribute our 2x. So we've got this 2x times 2x squared, which will give us a plus 4x cubed. Then we have 2x times our minus 4x, which will give us our minus 8x squared. And then we have our 2x times 5, which gives us a plus 10x. So we took care of this 2x term. Now we have one more term to distribute. Let's use gold. This minus 3. So minus 3 times 2x squared will give us a minus 6x squared. Then we have our minus 3 times our minus 4x, which will give us plus 12x. And then we have our minus 3 times this 5, which will give us a minus 15. So now we're going to look at all of these values and look for our like terms that we can combine together. So I can see that I have a minus 4x cubed and a plus 4x cubed. Those are my first set of like terms. I can see a 5x squared, a minus 8x squared, and a minus 6x squared. And then let's see, what else do I have? I can tell that I also have a plus 10x and a plus 12x. So let's start with our variable term that has the highest exponent. So that's a 4 right there. So we have our 2x to the fourth power. Fourth power. So minus 4x cubed plus 4x cubed. Those two are exactly the same terms with opposite signs, so they cancel each other out. You can either put plus 0x cubed, but it is completely not necessary, and usually the standard way of writing would be to just leave that off. They cancel each other out. Then I also have 5x squared minus 8x squared minus 6x squared. So when I combine my two negatives, so negative 8 minus 6 gives me negative 14. And then I add my 5x squared, so that gives us negative 9x squared. So minus 9x squared. And then I have my plus 10x plus 12x. That gives me plus 22x. And then I finish off with my minus 15 there at the end. And again, if this seems a little too confusing for you, or you want something that is lined up more neatly, go ahead and watch the box method video and you can choose to